Welcome back to the Woodgrafter. I have in my mitts the Mk2 rail fence from benchdogs.co.uk. Today we're going to have a look at it. Why is it different than the Mark 1 and is it worth the upgrade? That sounds interesting. Stick around. Hi and welcome to the Woodgrafter. I'm Andy Gile, and if you're new here, welcome on board. It's really great to have you. Our mission is to inspire, educate and support you in your journey to becoming a better woodworker. Now we do that through a whole series of video tutorials. We do tool tips and tool reviews, features such as this. Every month we get together for a jolly old chat about whatever takes our fancy. We also do project builds. We are supported by a website, www.thewoodgrafter.com, and over there you're going to find plans to support the things that we do here on the channel, but you're also going to find educational courses. Deep dives into key things around woodworking, be that safe tool usage, be that how to choose a tool, how to build the basics, how to make joinery, all there over on the website, as well as more detailed project builds and a store where you can buy exciting stuff such as these t-shirts. So if you're not a member of the website, get over there now and grab yourself a free membership. And if you've not subscribed here, subscribe now. Give me a thumbs up if you like what we're doing and leave a comment. I respond to each and every one and it's really great to hear from you. Now just before we get into looking at the product, I just want to tell you about an exciting offer that I have. If you go to benchdogs.co.uk, buy anything at all from the website and put it in your basket, at checkout use the code TheWoodgrafter. If you use that code, you're going to get 5% off everything in your basket. And that's not a time limited offer. It will carry on as long as the Woodgrafter and the Benchdogs company have a partnership. So make the most of that offer, 5%. With that said, let's look at this rail. So this is a brand new product from benchdogs.co.uk. It's a fence, but more importantly, it's the Mark II rail fence. This is the old fence, a well-used, battered tool in my workshop, but one of my go-to fences for accuracy inside my work. So why, I hear you scream, do we need a Mark II? What's different? Well, the first thing you're going to notice is the profile's different. This is standard V-groove channel, where this one has got a flat face. This top V-groove is missing. And what that's allowed Ralph to do is to put two scales on here. One scale that starts at 0 and goes all the way through to a meter in this case, and one scale that starts at 20 and goes all the way through to 120. Now the old rail just had the one single scale on it from 0 through to 100. So why do you say, do I care about two scales? Well, I'll show you that in a second, but let's look what other features we get in the kit and then I'll show you how this actually works. Now the Mark II comes as a system, and in that system you get two fence dogs for attaching it to your MFT. You get a flag stop, the lever type of flag stop, such as that one. But you also get this little beast. Now this little beast is 20mm long and it's 9mm thick. And again you can see it's got a scale on it. Now this little beast attaches to the base of that rail. And to do that, it comes with this small bracket and the associated Allen key. And the final thing you get in the kit is one of these incredibly slimline dogs. The system itself comes in 4 configurations, 2 metric configurations and 2 imperial configurations, which is great to see that coming out at launch. In terms of the metric system, there's a 1.2 meter kit and a 1.45 meter kit, and whatever you buy, you get the same components inside that. Just a note, this rail here is 1000mm, a millimetre long, and this is 20mm, so attaching those together gives you the 1.2 metres that's quoted in the system. Similarly, the 1.45 will be 1.25 metres long, and again this bracket here will take you to the 1.45. In the imperial system there's a 46-inch system and a 56-inch system. Bear in mind that includes the length of this little beastie here. Now the 1.2 metre system and the equivalent 46-inch system will cost you £90 UK. Now that price is correct in April 2020, but check out the website for the latest pricing. And the 1.45 metre system and the 56-inch system will cost you £102 UK, again April 2020. And that's what you get for your money. This fence is designed to be used with an MFT system, including a MFT style rail. You take the connector and you slide that into your rail, and then you connect that to the bottom rail here. Now what this is doing is this is creating a reference surface that will fit under your rail, and if you're a regular MFT user and you use this type of rail to give you a square cut, you know that the biggest problem that you have is supporting the material under the rail, especially if you're cutting very narrow stock. This 9mm extension sits like that, and now your rail can rest on top of that and you're supported all the way through the cut, which is absolutely fantastic. And I know if you've had that problem, and most of us have, straight away you're going to want to buy this, and for that purpose alone it's well worth the upgrade to the Mark II fence from the Mark I fence. Now obviously you want this face here to be flush with this face here in use. The easiest way to do that, just attach your bracket to this end first of all so it's nice and tight with enough stuck out and a couple of those Allen keys. Put that into position, turn it over so the scale is down, i.e. your reference face is down. Bring that up tight and push down on either side of the joint, and then just tighten it into the fence like so, and then you can go ahead and tighten that up. Now what that's done for you, that's guaranteed that this face here is flush with that face there, and I can't feel any difference in that. Next thing is we slide in the fence dog, and they simply slot into any of the MFT standard holes and support the fence. That's no harder than sliding it in to either the top channel or the bottom channel. I tend to use the top channel because it's easier to get to these thumb screws to tighten that up. The easiest way to do this is to take the captive nut and just slide that into the channel. Do the same with this one. And then put your bolt back through the fence dog and loosely attach. You can then come along and attach this to any set of holes in your bench. I'll just use those so you can see it on the camera. Normally it's mounted to the very back of my bench. And tighten that down. And that's it. That's now set, and it can go into any of those holes that you wish in your bench. Now just as a tip, when using any fence that's slightly tall, there is play in it where these dogs go into the bench, and this fence system is not excluded from that. Now what is good is that the fence dogs themselves come with these threaded holes that take any of these standard knobs that you have knocking about your workshop. And if you don't have these, you can buy a set from benchdogs.co.uk. These are the Festool ones. So you simply put that into your holes, and then you can secure that underneath. And the minute that's secured underneath, that is as stiff as you like. That's not going to go anywhere. So now you can come with your rail of choice. It's not got to be the Festool, Makita, Bosch, whatever it is that you're using. But what you do need are some of these rail dogs. Now these are the older variety. The Mark II of these that I've not actually got at the moment have some markings on here that give you different depths for using the B collars. But for this demonstration, these will do the job. Now this little baby here, this mini dog, goes here at the end, and if you can see there's a bit of play in that rail at the end. Put that dog into position, then that play has gone. And what I also like is this hole here stays clear. So my back rail dog can go in that hole and it lines up perfectly with the back of that extension bar, like so. And that makes that as secure as you like. It's going nowhere. Now remember this rule, it started at 0 centimeters on one scale and 20 centimeters on the other scale. That's so you can calibrate the fence with the cutting edge of your rail. Take yourself some sort of rule, slide that up so the end of the ruler is in line with the cutting strip on your rail, that plastic strip. And now you can simply take this end here that you know starts at 20 and put it on the 20 mark of your rule. And now making sure these are slackened off, you can just simply move your fence up So the end of the fence there is lined up with the 20 centimetre or 200 millimetre mark on this rule. Which is there, and now I can lock this down. Now this little black fence here is now about a millimetre away from that cutting edge, so that's going to support your stock all the way to the cutting edge, and that's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Now the beauty of having this top scale starting at 20 is that edge there, 20, is exactly 20 centimetres, 200 millimetres from my cutting edge. So if I wanted to clean the end of this piece of cherry up and make that exactly a certain length, I don't even need to measure that, I can rely on this top scale. So let me come in and let's make that 25 centimetres, 250 millimetres, and lock that down. And look at that, that little handle clears the top of the flag. What a great attention to detail. If that's in the way, you can lift this up and you can reposition that without altering the tension. Now I can come in with my stock. Now I can bring my stock up to the flag, and that is now supported throughout the cut, all the way along that length, underneath the rail. Super, super, super fantastic. So I can now come in with a track saw and I can make the cut. And that cut has come in dead on 250 or 25 centimetres. Perfect, absolutely perfect. And once you've got that set up as part of your workflow, your material is supported all the way underneath the rail. Because that aluminium fence, the mini fence, goes straight to the edge of your cut by about a millimetre, your back edge is supported. And look at that, zero tear out on that back edge, which solves another problem that we have on traditional rails. So the key features of this system are: my stock is supported all the way through the cut. The edge of my stock is supported so it reduces tear out in the cut. And that top 20mm scale allows me to calibrate that fence to any of my cut rails, not just the Festool one, the Bosch, the Makita, whatever it is you're using in your system. And it's super accurate as always using that flag stop. So what more can I say? The Mk2 fence system from benchdogs.co.uk. Fantastic product, another winner. And don't forget, if you're going to buy that one, use the code at checkout, the Woodgrafter, and that will get you 5% off the price. And that code, by the way, will get you 5% off anything at the benchdogs.co.uk site. Just load up the basket, use the code, and get yourself some discount. So I hope you found that useful. Highly recommend that fence system, that product. It's as accurate as the old one, but it's got those additional features that we spoke about. Get 5% off using my code, and I hope you found this useful, and I'll see you next time on the Woodgrafter.